suck it up.
Suck it up. So we're about to take the engine and gearbox out of the splitty. So to make things a little bit easier, we've got this axle stands supporting the bumper so that when we take it off it doesn't fall on our head. Well, that's the theory anyway. So we've now got the bumper undone. These are just 4 17mm bolts at the end, and if you've got them, we've got some at 13s at the end that go onto the plates at the end. So that's the first bit off. Next thing we're going to be taking off is the rear valance. Got bolts on both sides and then another 2 there, so we've basically got 6 bolts to take out. So now the rear valance should come off quite easily. There we go. The rear valance removed. So now we're going to be disconnecting things inside. So we've got the wiring, got some bolts, throttle cable, fuel pipe, everything else. So we'll move on to that next. So one thing I did fit on this is, because they're notorious for having to work in the dark, I put a little light up there. So obviously if we're broken down at the side of the road, we can still take out or see to things here with a bit of light without having to resort to torches and stuff. So basically we've got some light on the matter. So we've got a bolt there, a plug, some wiring there, fuel pipe, and on this we've got the servo. After that it's taking the 4 bolts out of the bottom, getting the jack underneath and dropping the engine. So we've now removed the fuel pipe, accelerator, wiring from coil and alternator. As you can see, we've got everything disconnected, and obviously we've disconnected the earth so we're not going to get any shorts. Fuel pipe, if you've got a 30mm headed bolt, I'm not sure what size that is, but if you want to put that in there, that stops the fuel coming out if you've got some fuel in the tank. So we're now ready to take out the bolt at the back there, and these are coming very useful. They are ratchet ones, as you can hear. So the ratchet spanners, I bought these from Halfords. I think they're the lifetime guarantee ones, and I've been using these for quite some time to get to the orchid nuts and bolts on the vane. So we'll take that off first. So using the ratchet spanner, we successfully slackened off the nut at the back. We're now going to move over to the other side, but obviously that is underneath of it. So I've invested in a light this time, and also can't possibly see it, I'm not sure. There we go. So we've got a long reach socket on, an extension, and then down to our ratchet. And obviously with the light on we can see what we are doing. One thing I do always do is I take the tension out of the cable for the clutch, so the clutch isn't fighting against it and there's no pressure on that cable. Makes bringing the engine out slightly easier. Again, using these ratchet spanners does make the job a lot easier. Now, one of the reasons why we're taking the engine out is, you probably can see here, we've got some oil staining, so we've got a leak to deal with. And this is one of them nuts where it's too slack, too tight for the fingers, but too slack for the ratchet. So we're just going to persevere with that and get that off. There we go. So we've now got two bottoms on that off, the top one off. So the only one that's holding the engine in really is the one that's located driver's side at the top. So time for the jack. So a number of years ago I built myself a little engine support table, so that when it comes to taking the engine in and out, we're not relying on the jack to do it. What we have to do is remove the block that was underneath the wheel. This makes it easier to take out, but it also makes it easier to put back in. So we'll take that back bolt off, and then we'll have a little wiggle, and hopefully the engine will come out. So we've now released that last bolt, and hopefully we'll give it a little bit of a wiggle and it will come out. Realistically, there's nothing holding it in. And there we go. So the just got enough room here at the top of the engine to get the engine out. It's out. So that's the engine out now. So engine on the trolley. At least then we can move things around. We can check on that clutch and anything else that we need to do. So I think taking the engine out wasn't too much of a task, but obviously it does take a bit of time. My next protocol is going to be taking out the gearbox, but we'll do that in the next episode. I mean, one of the reasons why we're taking the gearbox out is we've got oil leaking out of the drive shaft flanges. So we're going to have to take them off, get the seals that we need, and renew the seals. But we'll do that in the next episode. But for now, we've just got the engine out. While it's out, I might do a little bit of touch up on some of the paintwork in the engine bay. I might even tidy up some of the wiring. But that's another job for another day. So we'll see you next time, guys.